This week, I say goodbye to the Nullarbor. I start pulling my car apart looking for mice after hearing noises again. I arrive in Kalgoolie, visit some of the sites in the town, and then visit Kalgoolie. Thanks for joining me on my adventure around Australia. Day 3, saying goodbye to the Nullarbor. I'm ready and Sophie's ready. Let's go. Morning. Day 3. So, last night I was in bed and I was watching Netflix and I thought I could hear something, so I pressed pause and then I couldn't hear it. So then I kept watching it and I was like, nope, I definitely heard something, so I pressed pause, sit there, can't hear anything, keep watching, this happens for a while until there was a noise loud enough and I was like, oh dear Lord, Stuart has a girlfriend and she's in the car. And to be honest, I'm not surprised because the other night the mouse spoke and I was like, who is he talking to? Like, he's not talking to me. He's either talking to himself or he's talking to another mouse. So I checked the trap and all the peanut butter's gone. So I reset the trap with cereal and got him in 5 minutes. And then I jumped out of the car. I grabbed the trap and I put it here. But now it's there because the crow was having a go at it. The weather has changed. It was all good weather and now it's saying storm today. And it's getting a bit cold again. I just wanted to show you how big these camping spots on the side of the road are. Here along the Nullarbor, they're quite big. You've just got all this area that just keeps going back and back. Yeah, it's it can be so spread out. It can be so many people here and you wouldn't even see each other. It's pretty cool. Today's plan is I'm about here and Norseman is the next town. Well, it's the first major town in the last 3 days. So the first shop I will have seen. But I'm going to stay somewhere in between there and Kalgoolie. And then I'm going to take stuff out of my car and I'm going to be looking in there and I'm going to be scrubbing and disinfecting. So I've started pulling everything out of the car. Basically, I'm trying to look for where he was living under here. So far I cannot find a spot, I'm looking for mice poo. I cannot see mice droppings anywhere, which maybe that's a good thing. But unfortunately, I've discovered that there's many places that a mouse can hide in here. I mean, if he wanted to make a little nest in there, that looks like a good spot. So I didn't find any mice. I didn't find any babies or nests, so that's good. And I didn't find piles of mice shit. Actually, I couldn't find any in the front area or under the bed. So that's a good sign. There is more to this story that I'm telling you. I read this post that said the Eyre Peninsula had a mice plague and I was like, ooh, I'm not going there. So silly me thought that was in Broome or near Broome. And no, that was right where we were. So we were in it. And we saw mice, yep. And while we were at the campfire and we fed them bread. Yep. We were having a good old time with the mice. But yeah, there's loads of pages of people. I follow travel pages and there's loads of posts about people with mice in their vehicles that they can't get out. Because it's not just a car, it's like a motel on wheels, it's got the whole kitchen there, you got pantry, got a bed. Oh, here I am, made it to Norseman. Just went over there and voted. Got some information from the information centre. Not a lot to do here. Good morning. It was so lovely to sleep last night and have silence. No mice are in the car anymore. And it was so lovely to get up this morning and it be so warm. Definitely out of the cold. Just doing a COVID test, a negative again. That is 5 states during a pandemic travelling and did not catch COVID. The next stop was Kalgoolie, a mining town. A town with no water, but first, let's go back to Kalgoolie, where it all began. Kalgoolie was the birthplace of the gold rush in 1892. Back in the gold rush days, Kalgoolie was actually bigger than Fremantle and Perth. Now it has a population of 850 people. You can learn all about the history in the Information Centre, which has a museum inside. Gold was then discovered in Kalgoolie in 1893. People then flocked to Kalgoolie, and to this day Kalgoolie has one of the richest goldfields in the world. I was so surprised to find that the mine was so close to the township. They even moved the road so that they could extend the mine. They want to extend the mine even more and they start buying people's houses. $170 million kilograms of gold has been found in Kalgoolie. This is an operational mine that they call the Super Pit, where you can go to the lookout and have a look. This mine was predicted to end last year, but had its lease renewed by 10 years. Unfortunately, it had a landslide inside the mine, so I was told that they have to redo the wall structures again. It does not rain in Kalgoolie. They get about 11 inches of rain each year, but of course, I was there, so the rain was there too. Kalgoolie doesn't have their own rain catchment. They have a gigantic pipe that runs all the way from Perth to Kalgoolie. That's a whole 593 kilometres. This pipe was laid back in the gold rush time so that there was water in the town. Western Australia had one of the biggest border lockdowns during COVID. As a result, small towns like Kalgoolie really suffered. Lots of businesses closed down because they just could not find staff to work.
Do you also want some blush, Sophie?